special.
The THC Show with Steve Epstein and Mike Cann on unregularradio.com.
You're listening to unregularradio.com. Boston's best online radio.
Wow, THC Show, Unregular Radio with the famous Carmelita in that bumper for us.
May 21st.
May 21st, Judgment Day. The Rapture,
we got 2 hours,
the
right?
Rapture at 420 coming up in 20 minutes.
Well, that's when we think it's going to happen, but we could be wrong.
617-606-4122. Comment on this Rapture Day in Boston where the sun finally came out after months of rain and crap. And,
Weeks, anyway. Days.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. It was a while.
But speaking of the Rapture, I'm with Hawking on it all.
I don't know where you're going.
You didn't hear what Stephen Hawking had to say in the past week or so?
No.
What did he say?
You got to look it up. Use the famous search engine, Stephen Hawking.
What did he
Spelled
say?
with a PH, not a V like me.
Just tell us what he said.
What did he say?
What'd he say?
Yeah.
There ain't no heaven, there ain't no hell.
I know that. Stephen Hawking is a bad man. He's
All
very
right,
smart.
let's go on to the next subject because that ain't THC. We're talking about marijuana legalization in Massachusetts, how we're going to get there. I think we need to start laying down the groundwork and the plan of what we're actually trying to do. And this is one thing we're going to talk about today, one step, one tactic, one move. It's polling. We're going to, MassCann NORML has, their board of directors has voted and they're deciding to spend $5,000, to pledge $5,000 out of the MassCann NORML account, which is great for an org to have $5,000 to put up for this. For
Especially
polling.
a grassroots organization like us where a lot of people listen and are on our Facebook page and are on our announcement list and visit our website. But $5 from everybody who did that, and we'd have more than enough money for this poll.
And so we're looking to raise another $17,000 off of that $5,000 online, on Facebook. We need contributions. We want to legalize it in Massachusetts, and this is our first step, and this is what we did before. We are repeating ourselves. MassCann NORML has a history of doing these things and making things happen. We did the very same thing with marijuana decrim. We ran a series of questions over a number of years with a number of manpower hours to do that with PPQs. We didn't cover the whole state, but we had enough where we drew in some money to fund decrim, and we won question 2 decrim. MassCann NORML in Massachusetts. That's our history.
In much a similar situation to what's happening apparently in Colorado.
Yes. And so now we're doing it again. We want to legalize marijuana in Massachusetts. We don't want to just go with medical. We want legalization. So we're asking people, if you want legalization, help us do this. We need to poll. We need to show that Massachusetts is the pot smoking capital of the world, because I know it is.
And we want the least restrictive initiative as possible if we're going to inflict
We believe in freedom and
ourselves.
liberty. Freedom and liberty.
That's right, Mike. And we've been doing it since 1989 with the goal of out-and-out legalization by a variety of people coming at it from a variety of different locations, which is why we are a coalition of grassroots people and organizations and not the savior, because only the people can save themselves.
Yes. Responsibility is important.
Here.
And family and friends and community. And the big thing with this we should definitely talk about and mention is where to do this. It's on. We'll be on the MassCann website, obviously, MassCann.org. Probably sometime next week. Big announcement. We're just letting you know it's happening. Also, NORML.org. And the Facebook groups. You know the MassCann Facebook group is facebook.com/MassCann.
Don't necessarily look on NORML.org. Look on our website. We're setting up a special page with the NORML Foundation to also raise funds. They're doing this polling in conjunction with us. And we should really talk.
We hope that they'll post it on their Facebook groups, though, right? NORML? Because they have a huge amount of numbers.
Yeah.
We make Well, that's where I'm asking people to check it out. When you see it out there, promote it. Press the like button. That helps more people see it. On Facebook. We want to
after you've made a nominal
make
nomination.
a comment. Yeah, make a comment. Make a donation. make sure you put something in. $4.20. If you can't afford anything, but you can afford $4.20, that's a good number. Put it in there. $42, $420. We need those contributions to legalize it.
Because we need to find out what age we have to set. It's pretty certain that we're going to have to set an age.
Which is important.
It's
I
important.
wanted 18 plus, and let's find out. And I also, Steve, one big thing is we should really mention these contributions that you're giving. You know exactly where that money's going, right?
Once we raise all the money we need after that, we'll let people know that we reached the deadline at such a time and thank them for their
So that
donation.
money is specifically earmarked to one thing, and it's the poll. There's no administration beyond any upfront collection fees that are denoted with Entangle or the NORML organization as they collect our
Foundation
funds.
organization.
But it's upfront. 100%. The money is earmarked to this one specific goal.
Can I ask you a question about
Yes.
that? The importance of this, from what I can see, is that the right way of looking at what the age limit is, right, have to be consistent with what people might think is appropriate for them to vote for us that may not vote at all.
Well, we're polling actual voters, actual registered voters. You can't ever
Right.
be certain if somebody's likely to vote. But we have to find out which is going to get a supermajority, because you got to start these kinds of things with 60%. So
Yeah.
which age is going to get us 60%? 18 or 21? And there are demographic and historical reasons why a poll of all ages of voters is going to show, maybe or maybe not, that college kids, for the most part, should still be prohibited, as with alcohol. On the other hand, as I said earlier, maybe people will accept a rule that says nobody gives to a person under the age of 21 except with the permission of the parent.
Yeah, well, that's something too. But that's both of these views. They might strike a chord for somebody to
it's
say,
nice.
I'm willing to go along with everything that I see.
And then we have some other things that we have to find out how people feel about. There are certain things that you can put into the law expressly, which means it's going to appear on the summary on the ballot. Mm-hmm. So while we have no intention whatsoever of changing the ability of the police to charge and perhaps convict a person with the appropriate supposed facts of operating while impaired under the influence of marijuana.
Can I talk about a lot of this too? Polls are just an indicator, and they are used by our side to educate ourselves on what the true numbers are. To give us, if there's a huge discrepancy between what Steve's talking about, 18 and 21, then we'll talk about it. But I don't believe there will. I think it'll be close, and I think it discounts the number of people on our side that aren't counted that would vote, and so it's pretty. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think.
I think
but
it's a lot
I also
of people
think
on our side is for it.
Yeah, I also think that it doesn't matter. Like, in the most part, the reason
No,
we do,
that wouldn't be a deal breaker, Mike. That's not
yeah,
the deal
yeah.
breaker.
I also think it doesn't matter because it's when we run questions, a lot of times the other side doesn't even seize on what we even see as our weakness. When question 2 went up, everyone was talking about the internal content and THC and hash. On our side, worried that the police were going to bring it up, and the other side never brought it up. They didn't even realize that was an opening. It's like. So sometimes what we worry about never even becomes an issue in the campaign. You never know.
Right.
Maybe maybe the internal polling that they had showed that Massachusetts voters didn't feel that way.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll find out. But the big thing for polling is us. We get to have this information. We get to release it to the media.
If we want.
If we want. We get to release it to big donors. We get to, show it to people that we're actually taking action on this, and then we're taking the next step. This is what all political campaigns do. This is what corporations do. This is what, people do to change things.
This is how you market.
And we're spending some money to do it. And we expect our people out there that are listening to this show, to this station, to MassCann NORML, to our Facebook groups, to National NORML to step up. If you want legalization to happen nationally, do it in Boston. Do it right now because we're the number one place to do it. We have decrim. We don't have any medical. We have no vested interest against it. We want it all the way. We are liberty. Let's do it. We have MassCann NORML here.
Would we be America without the Bay State?
Yeah. This is where it started, and it still exists. We have so many colleges, so many higher ed. We have the people who are intelligent that know that the war on drugs is a losing thing. It's done.
But let's talk about deal breakers, Mike. Do we have to? One of the things we need to find out is it necessary to express a limit on
that's
adults
what
growing?
we'll look at the polling and talk about that at that point.
Yeah.
So how's that?
Yeah,
that's what the
another
polling
step.
does. That's what the polling does. It allows all sides to say, hey, these are what the numbers are.
What's the age group like? What's the age in Rhode Island right now for
Medical? I don't think there is an age. I think
there
it's
an
whether
age,
you
DJ?
qualify. You're a patient, right?
There is no age limit.
How
We
old?
actually have a 9-year-old patient that I know of
You have to qualify.
that is in there. You can qualify at any age if you
Is
have
that
a
in
doctor.
Colorado too? Colorado, California, or what the age?
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we want call 617-606-4122. We're expecting maybe, I don't know, we're not sure about Bubba Kush, but maybe we'll get some calls from Colorado. We want to talk about what's going on in Colorado.
Yeah, because it's serious stuff, and we don't have all the information. And perhaps somebody listening in Colorado, and Bubba is aware of more stuff than we are. I'm sure if I went searching for it, I could find all 8 of the initiative petitions that the consortium, apparently of MPP, DPA, Safer, and Sensible Colorado put together, all of which are funded, all of which are not grassroots organizations.
Yep. Oh, okay.
We have a call?
I don't know. Do we have a call?
Do we have a
Do we have
call?
any instant feedback?
We have neither.
Steve, you're getting into some places that are difficult to talk about on the radio at times.
Like what?
I don't know. Say it again. You want to say it again? Did people
Well,
hear that? What
like
Steve
Colorado is what's going on there.
Yeah.
There were 8 initiative petitions that were filed by the consortium of out-of-state organizations. Would you like me to read those organizations to you again, Mike?
said? Yes.
That would be MPP, the Marijuana Policy Project, the Drug Policy Alliance, Safer, surprisingly, and Sensible. Colorado, I assume.
All right.
All right, according to this
Why
press
did they
release.
all submit 8 different ones? Why didn't they work together? It seems like a lot of these groups are actually working together, right?
Some of these...
Is this fact? You know this is definitely fact.
Well, this is a press release.
No, beyond this press release, have you researched it beyond that? 'Cause-
Yes. I went to the newspaper story that the press release
So
links
they
to.
have 8 filed? That's weird.
Yes, it's not unusual, Mike, for proponents of a ballot question in Massachusetts, and I'm sure it's the same situation in Colorado, that when you do not really have all of your polling in order, you file a bunch of petitions, and when you finally decide which one you want to run with, you cannot pull papers on the others.
Huh.
You're not required to pull papers on any.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's it's an interesting fact. But you're listening to Two Hotheads on Cannabis, sponsored by 1000 Watts. And you heard us talking earlier about the Summer Festival Series on June 4th at the Rocky Point Pub in Warwick. We have a pair of tickets to give away, Mike. What are we going to do with these?
Let's just give them out to the next good caller.
Who wants them?
You're
Yeah.
listening to unregularradio.com, Boston's best online radio.
What?
Well, I was hearing a promo for
Are
the
we on a
station, which
break
isn't
or-
good.
You shouldn't have been hearing that.
Well, I could hear it. I could hear it.
Yeah, me too.
Was
I'm
it
like, are we going to a break or are we, live on the radio? What's
the-
going on?
so-
Whatever you want to do.
420.
Newman's playing games with us
if
tonight.
you're in the sound
he's,
of our
he's getting
voice-
us back for all his weeks of anger.
If you are hearing our voice on May 21st, 2011, and you call us at the studio, 617-606-4122, you could win a pair of tickets to the show. Performing at the show are
You know this is going to be good with 1,000 watts. 1000watts.info for more info.
Oh, this week they have a surprise band to be announced, and already booked our Hayes. Eric Norwal band and Art Don't Pay.
Nice.
And WBOB Radio is going to be there.
And Unregular Radio, the THC show, Two Hotheads on Cannabis, will be broadcasting live on Unregular Radio from that show.
Should be a good time, and if it's a sunny day in Rhode Island, or like he said, isn't too far from a beach.
And you got to come down
Right
and hang
down
out
the
with me.
street, and we got a tent out back for smoking in.
Yeah, you got to hang out with
You
us.
got to have a medical card.
You come down, you hang out with the THC show and the Unregular Radio, you know you're going to have a good time. It's always a good time anytime we go out to something like this. Believe me. So come on out, meet us, have fun. Say hi to me and Glenn at least. Glenn and I.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
The Red Blazer.
Yeah, that's right.
Hopefully we'll bring in our ladies. I don't know, though. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if
I
our
think
ladies
so.
will go.
If
My
Ryan's
rock
gone.
legend lady.
I know you're going to have a
Listening.
good time out there.
If things go as well as they should, Michael, on June 4th, we might be able to be announcing that we're proceeding with the poll.
Yes.
Yeah. How long do we have to get this money up?
The sooner the better, because it'll take about 8 weeks from the time they start building the questionnaire to the time he gives us all of the results and his recommendations. And so that'll happen just before we have to tell the Secretary of the Commonwealth we want to proceed if all lights are green.
Excellent. Oh, we're coughing.
Excellent. It's not even judgment moment.
It's not yet. It's getting close. We are all eagerly
Got a clue?
awaiting.
I'm not thinking about that.
This is the end.
Yeah.
It's actually October something.
420 is coming on Unregular Radio on Judgment Rupture Day.
Yeah.
The big rupture is coming.
Yeah,
Steve's
that only happens if you believe in it. If you don't believe in it, like it's.
I believe in it. I
it's
believe that.
October
I believe.
something. It's
We
like-
got a phone call.
I believe I'm going to be transported out of here at 420. And Steve's going to be left behind. All the good people are going to be gone, and Steve will be here.
Caller.
Hello?
Who are you? Who are
Who
you?
am I?
Yes.
This is Niki.
Oh, wow. The Niki Smokes. He's here for the rupture.
Nikki, are you on the beach?
No, I'm not on the beach.
Oh, that's too bad.
But
Hello, Nikki.
I'm stuck on my couch.
Nikki's had a
I have-
tough 48 hours, to say the least.
I know. I've been in
poisoning?
and out of the hospital. a couple
No,
of
car
days.
accident. Can I say it?
God,
Can I
you
say
all
it?
right?
Can I talk about it?
Oh, yeah, you can totally
She had a
talk
car
about it.
accident, and then she got the strep throat.
Are you
I
all
got-
right?
I left Alston Village and Main Streets the other night from Brighton Music Hall.
Yep.
And I stopped at a red light, and the guy in front of me was also stopped at a red light, and a car just didn't even put on the brakes.
She
Just
was in the
smashed
middle.
me right into the car, right in front of me. So my back's a little hurt and stuff, and I'm okay. Everything's okay. That
Well,
was
that's
Thursday
good to
night.
hear.
A 3-car accident, and she was right in the middle of it. You know?
And
It's
then
like,
you
oh,
get diagnosed with strep?
or
Yeah,
something.
I got
something.
diagnosed with strep.
So you
Right
couldn't...
after.
And I kissed you.
Oh, Glenn.
Wow.
Glenn, I don't think Nikki's going to let you kiss her. Am I
So
right,
today
Nikki?
I thought I would just call in
Yes.
instead of
So,
hurting myself.
Well, we're glad you're on the mend.
Thanks. So I heard you guys talking about the June 4th thing with the 1,000-watt
Yeah.
media. Also, the Rapture. We went out and we did some coverage on the Rapture, what people think are going to happen and stuff like that. So I'm putting that footage together now.
Find any believers?
What was that?
Did you find any believers?
I found a lot of interesting thoughts.
I believe it. I believe that me and Nikki are going to be transported out of here in a few minutes from now and at 420, and the rest of you will be here. Nikki, I believe it.
Bye,
I know some
guys.
believers.
Hey, no, Nikki, you also you're doing this big comedy event that's coming up. Can you tell us? Can you tell it tell us about some of the comedians? I know that we have some clips. I haven't gotten them to Mike Newman quite yet. I don't know if we can play them today. If not, we'll play them next week. But tell us about some of the comedians.
Well, June 18th, we have a comedy show Stand Up with MassCann benefit at Grandma's Basement. And this is really super. I'm really excited about it. The show, it's gonna be like a small it fits like 48 people in it. But the lineup that we got is super. We got Matt Devlin. He's from LA. We got Brett McCabe. He's from the early show.
And Quiet D.
Every Friday morning on Unregular Radio.
And Quiet Desperation, right? The TV show.
Yep. He was in Quiet Desperation. We have Eric Levi, Teresa Condito, Taylor Connolly, Tom Dunlap, and Benny Boschneck. Taylor Connolly, he's a funny guy too.
Good.
I'm really, really excited. But we've got a bunch of sponsors for the show. The ticket price is $5, so there's going to be raffles and giveaways and everything. But we're sponsored by Crefts Law Firm, Green Side Up, 1000 Watts Publications, KOP Productions, and Seaport Salon and Day Spa. So
wait. What about
really fun.
what about MikeCann.net?
Are you a sponsor?
I want to be a sponsor. That's like my number one website. I gotta put that up there. Personal.
Okay. Cool.
God, anything,
Just
Nikki.
ask for trouble.
No, I want to have MikeCann.net up there. I mean, come on. Well, my brother's up there, KOP and 1000 Watts, and everybody else, Krevitz, and Jesus Christ, why not Green Side Up? I mean, Jesus Christ, she's got everybody. Yeah, I want MikeCann.net on there.
Yeah, I second that.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be fun too. I can't wait to go down there. It's a Howard Johnson's hotel. This is like the next to landmark location, WBCN, where WBCN used to be. That's where it is. Oh, yeah. This is like right near Fenway Park.
We interrupt our program to bring you a special broadcast.
Bing bong, it's 420. Two Hotheads on Cannabis on Unregular Radio. Stay tuned because more wackiness is sure to ensue.